Hello, everyone. Apologies for the late stream here. I was, yeah, I know I'm like 10 minutes late. I know it's already started. Apologies, but I got a call like 10 minutes before it started, so I kind of got thrown off, but whatever. We're here. For what it's worth, we haven't missed anything too big. I know they showed Pragmata. I've had the stream up the entire time, just to be clear, but I just haven't been streaming it. But I have been watching it ever since it started. And I know they showed Pragmata. They showed something from Suda, or Grasshopper Interactive, just a second ago. But yeah, so apologies that we're just now starting this, but hey. Better late than never, I suppose. Okay, let's go ahead and blow that. So, alrighty, man. Yeah, so yeah, apologies for the stream starting 10 minutes in, but I was kind of debating, you know what, should I even bother if I'm not gonna if I'm gonna be late? But you know, we still got like 30 minutes left, so why not? There's still time. So yeah, it's June 4th. Obviously, I'll talk more about this later today when I do the Mario Kart stream. Not for World, but for 8. We're gonna do a finale kind of farewell stream for Mario Kart 8 later today. Yeah, so we'll talk about, you know, all that stuff later. But as far as this is concerned, I mean, it's a state of play, so I don't exactly have high expectations, obviously. I mean, in terms of, like, what do I want to see here? I mean, Wolverine, Persona, anything, 6, the 4 remake, those are going to be in, like, the Xbox presentation. But, you know, something like that. Aside from that, I don't really have any expectations. So we're just kind of here, you know, to chill and just kind of watch, I guess, more or less than anything. Again, there's stuff I could talk about, but like I kind of want to save it for the Mario Kart stream tomorrow. Or sorry, not tomorrow. I mean, we will be doing a Mario Kart stream tomorrow, but I mean like the one we're gonna do today for 8. But I guess just as a quick little update, my order has still not been canceled. I know I've seen people out there who have had their orders canceled or delayed or whatever. That has not happened to me yet, thankfully. My order is still from Walmart, just in case those of you don't know. It is from Walmart, the bundle with Mario Kart, and it is still set to arrive tomorrow by 10 p.m. according to the app, even though they claimed it would arrive by 9 a.m., but according to some guy on the subreddit who also works for Walmart, he said there's nothing to worry about. No, it will indeed show up by 9 a.m. for most people. That's just like a... So, yeah, don't worry about it. I mean, I'm not... You know, I mean, it doesn't have to show up at 9 a.m., obviously. I can wait a few hours. It doesn't need to show up, like, the literal instant I can live. But obviously, I would like it to show up as soon as possible, because the sooner it shows up, the sooner we can start playing. Although I am not going to be streaming Mario Kart immediately. I'm going to play the game a bit on my own, and then like later in the day we'll get around to doing a stream for it. At least that's the plan. Also, I want to do like an unboxing video, because I haven't done an unboxing video in forever, and well, everyone else is going to be doing unboxing videos. I haven't done one in forever, and this is obviously a big deal. New console, so I figured we could do like an unboxing / kind of like initial setup and first impressions type thing. I think that'd be kind of neat. It would be the closest thing to a real video on the channel in years. In fact, I might even put it in the main video playlist if it gets substantial enough. Because it's going to be like half unboxing, half like kind of messing and playing with it. It's kind of my intention. Like enough that it qualifies as a main video, you know, of some kind. It'll still go in the unboxing playlist because it is an unboxing. It'll be like an unboxing and a main video at the same time is kind of my intention with it. But obviously we will see. We will see. So I guess one other game that could be here is I think there's been rumors of a Final Fantasy Tactics remake or remaster that could possibly be here. I'm not sure if it's rumored for the State of Play in particular, or if it's just rumored for like one of the summer events in general. Because I haven't really been paying attention to like kind of rumors and leaks all that much. for all these upcoming events, because obviously my entire focus right now is just Switch 2. So like Summer Games Fest and this and even the Xbox event are kind of taking a backseat, at least for the time being. I mean, obviously we're watching this. We're gonna stream Summer Games Fest on the 6th, the day after the Switch launches, and of course we will stream the Xbox event. In fact, I will probably do a predictions video for the Xbox event like I've done the last few years, because it's big enough to warrant one. I will say, though, I am still kind of surprised that we haven't gotten a PlayStation Showcase in like 2 years. The last PlayStation Showcase was in May of 2023. And we still haven't gotten a new one in like 2 years, and I'm not really sure what the holdup is at this point. Like, I can understand initially, but like, surely they have enough first-party stuff that they can justify doing a PlayStation Showcase at this point. I mean, obviously, Sony the last few years has been kind of tumultuous with the whole, you know, Jim Ryan-led, you know, live service stuff, and of course the failure of Concord, and of course what a lot of people see is going to be a failure in Bungie's new game, or rather a revival of an old game that's not much like the old game, at least according to what people say, in Marathon, which also has its own share of controversy because of like stolen assets or something. I don't know, it's a whole thing. So I know Sony this generation has had a bit of a rocky track record, for sure, but obviously they still have big things coming. Again, like Wolverine is obviously a big one. We haven't seen that at all, at least officially. I know there was the Insomniac leak a few years ago, but we haven't had like actual like real footage since 2021. Do you think it'd be about time we'd finally get that? But yeah. There's also Fair Games, another one of those live service games people don't really care for. That one was also announced, I think, like a year and a half ago. No. I think it was in the PlayStation Showcase, actually, in 2023. And we haven't seen it since. And there's been speculation that's going to be, like, retooled or canceled or whatever. And, I mean, obviously, at this point, you know... I mean, you know, we had The Last of Us got canceled online for that. And then, of course, Concord came out and bombed spectacularly, and it got killed off, and the studio got killed off. Okay, Square Enix. Okay, this is the FF 14 team. Oh, this is gonna be Final Fantasy Tactics. This is gonna be Final Fantasy Tactics, because it says A Legend Reborn. I don't know anything about Final Fantasy Tactics other than people like it, and that it's a tactics game. Oh yeah, this is totally Tactics. I mean, look at it, because Tactics is like a PS1 game. So yeah, this is the Tactics remaster. So that's cool. I've never played Tactics, but I know people really like it, especially the first one. There it is, and it's from the FF14/16 team, Creative Business Unit 3. And they got they got like a classic UI version and a new UI version, neat, I guess. And I'm sure this is going to be on like everything, right? This is a PS1 remaster, so I'm sure it's going to be on every platform under the sun, basically. So yeah, this is one people have wanted to see for a few years, so this is cool. And again, not a game I personally care about, but a lot of people consider this game like a classic, so cool. Again, I assume this is going to be on, you know, PS4, PS5, Xbox One. Well, maybe not Xbox One, but Series X and S, of course. Switch 1, probably Switch 2. It's going to be on, like, everything. It's a PS1 game. I mean, obviously, they're not going to tell us about other platforms in this video, but I'm sure...
When I first played it, I laughed so hard I almost barfed. Let's check it out.
But is there maybe just toilet?
Toilet?
Yeah, sorry, I just need to pee.
How badly?
Just normal. Bad.
Just go behind this bush. I'll wait.
I can run away.
Pee shy.
No.
Yeah, no, you don't want me watching.
You can watch.
In baby steps, all you have to do is carefully place one foot in front of the other, which is easier said than done. Main character Nate requires some pretty deliberate movement to make even the simplest progress. It's a captivating open-world experience filled with oddball characters.
Here we go. Not that. Oh, you found it even without a map. The best
So, since obviously it is June 4th, people have started to receive their Switch 2s. I saw Roger's Base, he got his Switch 2, he's doing a stream right now. I saw the Nintendo Life, did an unboxing. Various other places have it, other people have it. So yeah, you know, the Switch 2, it's... For some people, it's already here. Obviously not for me and you. Us Joe Schmoes, we're gonna have to wait until tomorrow for it to hopefully show up. I mean, I'm not gonna be too mad if Walmart doesn't hold by that 9 a.m. thing, because I kind of feel like that's a bit ambitious, as is. But as long as it shows up on the day and it doesn't take until, like, well, 10 p.m., then as far as I'm concerned, it's fine. If it shows up at 2 or 3 p.m., that's fine, whatever, I'll live. It's not the end of the world. What matters is that I get the thing, which I cannot say for a lot of other people who are not as fortunate. So I'm lucky that I'm just one of the few that are actually going to have one at launch.
Everybody's Golf Hotshots boasts its largest character roster ever.
Is this a new game, or is this the one they announced for the Switch? Because they announced in everyone's golf game for the Switch in, like, one of the recent directs. Which is a Sony franchise, by the way, which is one of the things that makes it kind of notable. I mean, I know we had a... Oh, look at Pac-Man. Is that his Smash 4 model? It looks like a Smash 4 model. I mean, it's that design, obviously. So wait, no, this is the game that they announced for the Switch, because that's the same artwork, okay. This is the new Shinobi. No, Shinobi, whoops. Wrong franchise. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden. The 2D Ninja Gaiden. We also have Ninja Gaiden 4 coming out. Which is being published by Xbox, but is still coming out on PlayStation later this year. Because, of course, Microsoft, you know, of course, is basically multi-platform now. And again, everyone's got very strong opinions on whether that's a good or a bad thing, but it's what they're doing. And so far, at least, it's working. Because the games they have put on PS5 have done well, so... Yeah. Was it already announced for PS4? It probably was. It's probably also going to be on the Switch, because, I mean, it's a 2D pixel game. Those are, like, the kind of games that the Switch practically exists for, outside of, like, first-party stuff. I remember this game. This game was announced a few years ago, I think.
Hey, wait for me!
Encounter other climbers
Marco. Nice to meet you.
and survive the harsh conditions of the climb. You can give it a try.
Yeah, I think this was announced, like, a few years ago. I think this was announced in a State of Play. Or maybe it was at Summer Games Fest. I don't know.
That's all from us, but there's still a lot of State of Play to come.
This next reveal comes from the game preservationists at Digital Eclipse. Nothing can prepare you for their next collection, arriving later this year.
Okay, another collection from Digital Eclipse.
We knew pretty early on that the game was fun to play.
Arcade collection. Yeah, they've been doing a lot of these
The most rewarding part.
over the years. They did the Mega Man Legacy collections. Yeah, they've done a lot of them. They've done a lot of them. Mortal Kombat. Okay, that's kind of a big deal.
Shocked to see this game. I was like, I can't believe this.
1 through 3, I assume. The original arcade versions. Oh, even more than that. Ultimate 3, 4. That's cool. And of course, all their gory glory.
We're showing you a part of a world that is much larger.
See, that's neat. Again, I've never really played Mortal Kombat, but obviously that's a big one right there. All the versions, even the Game Boy ones. That's funny. All the versions.
The Wild West. Every is an expression of who we were and what we wanted to do.
Collection with a K. And again, I assume that's going to release on like every platform. All these like retro collections and retro style games like come out on everything. Because why wouldn't they? Oh, I know what this is. This is their equivalent of the Xbox Adaptive Controller. Wait, no, it's not. This is an arcade controller. Okay, never mind. Wait, yeah, no. They already put out their own version of the Adaptive Controller. I forgot about that. Yeah. So that's neat, I guess. Their own official first-party arcade stick. Okay, here's Metal Gear 3. PS5 Pro footage. That iconic sound. Yeah, I've been getting all the emails from GameStop and Best Buy about the Switch 2 is almost here. Make sure to come to our midnight launch. Limited stock available. All that stuff. Would have been kind of neat to attend one of those. I've never been to like a midnight game console launch before. That was kind of my original plan of maybe doing. But then, of course, Best Buy wasn't available. Hey, look, Ape Escape. I'm guessing that's only going to be in the PlayStation version, of course. But yeah, but hey, I ended up getting it from Walmart, so we'll just do that, and that's fine, obviously. That's kind of interesting, actually. You gotta blend into the ground like that. I don't know if that's a new feature or if that was in the original. I'm guessing it's new, or else they wouldn't have focused on it.
Spirit stones.
I've never played any of the Metal Gears. Well, actually, it's not strictly true. I've played a little bit of, like, Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain, but just a little bit, and it was, like, a long time ago.
This power has been the impetus.
Is this Rise of the Ronin? I'm just guessing. Yeah, this has to be Rise of the Ronin, Team Ninja, aka Koei Tecmo. Or it could be a Neo thing, I don't know. Nobunaga's Revenge, whatever. It's one of those games. One of those Koei Tecmo Japanese-themed games. They make, like, a bunch of them.
What makes a shogun? Here is my answer.
Is that like a Ninja Gaiden crossover type thing? Which is, of course, another Koei Tecmo franchise. It's probably not. I don't know. Just I see Ninja outfit, therefore Ninja Gaiden.
How foolish of you to have entered the depths of hell.
Okay, so it is Neo. Okay, Neo 3. Okay. It's been a while since the second game, actually. The second game came out like 4 or 5 years ago.
Tokugawa. Takechio.
I do have both Neo 1 and 2, although I've never really played them. They were on PlayStation Plus at one point, so I got those in my library. It's kind of funny how many samurai-themed games are coming out, right? We had Assassin's Creed Shadows not too long ago. Then we're going to have the Ghosts of Yotei, the Ghost of Tsushima sequel. Then now we're going to have this. It's a demo. That's not surprising. They've done demos in the past for these games. We got about 10 minutes left, and we haven't seen anything first part. Well, okay, that's not true. We have seen first party stuff, but we haven't seen like a big first party thing yet. Surely they're gonna have at least one. I think they always have at least one first party thing in a state of play. They're probably just saving it for the end. PlayStation VR, remembering that that still exists. PlayStation VR 2 kind of just came out and kind of just went away real quick. They haven't done any, like, first-party games for it, really, since, like, Call of the Wild, which was, like, the Horizon, or Call of the Mountain, I should say, I think is what it was called, which is, like, the Horizon tie-in they did.
This city hides many lost and legendary treasures. Locked away, waiting to be found, waiting to be taken.
Okay, so one thing I missed is they apparently announced a new Bloodstained game. So that's something. I think that may have been on screen. I just wasn't paying attention. I don't think that's from before I started the stream. There's a new Thief game. That would explain why Eidos Montreal is involved. Although it is a VR game. I'm not sure if that's a new announcement or if that was just a new trailer.
Cleo has uncovered a formula for a cure, but she's keeping it safe in her tower.
Apparently Ubisoft did announce that they're not going to be doing their Ubisoft Forward event this summer, which is their E3 equivalent big showcase. I don't think that's going to be much of a loss for people, but that is something to note.
Ever since the Great Flood, Elend, my dear planet, has been dying. Plastemia has taken everything from us. But you Tidewalkers are all connected.
Stop right there!
And it's up to you now to use that power. Tidewalkers, will you help us?
Hi, I'm Nicholas Doucet, the game director of Astrobot. It's a pleasure to be back today to share more news with you.
A new DLC.
Been in the world of Astro. Astrobot launched last
They've done a
year.
couple of free updates.
Back, even receiving a few honors we are truly grateful for. In October, we added 5 speedrun levels, followed by a Christmas special packed with festive surprises. And then earlier this year,
I haven't played this one, but I have played Astro's Playroom, and Astro's Playroom is great. It's the best pack-in game since Nintendo Land and Wii Sports. If you haven't played it, go play it. It's literally free
later this month,
on every PS5.
enjoy 5 brand new challenge levels in Astrobot.
And this game is obviously like an expanded, more like proper game version of that. So I'm going to play this at some point, but again, I got a bunch of other games I still need to play. But this is definitely going to be a game I play eventually. Oh, that's actually kind of neat. Got the little eyes and everything.
Be on the lookout for more news coming soon. From all of us at Team Asobi, thank you all for the amazing reception you gave our game, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Yes, that's technically a first-party game they showed. It's really just an update, but... But yeah, Game of the Year. Won Game of the Year last year. This is... Wait, is this, There's a couple of theories as to what this is, and it's probably not any of them. This is probably just something completely new, but I'm thinking like either Sea of Thieves or like Monkey Island, and it's probably not either one of them because it's like a third-person perspective. It just happens to have a similar aesthetic. I think the characters are made of wood, it looks like. I mean, they're not, but like they look like they're made of wood, is what I should say. Again, it kind of looks like a Monkey Island type look. At least the last game that came out. So yeah, that has nothing to do with any of those franchises. It's just the ones I thought of. About 4 minutes left. Is this a Journey? No, it's not. Oh, I was kind of right. It's from the developer behind Journey. Ooh. Not sure if that's a new announcement or not. Okay, no, I don't think that was a new announcement.
We're excited to announce that Sword of the Sea will launch this summer into the
And it will be included with PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium.
On June 17th, Remedy.
Okay, now we're getting our little montage of games, kind of like what a Nintendo Direct would do, where like near the end you get the montage of a bunch of stuff, and before you get like the one last thing. Again, that one last thing, I mean, it's got to be either a first-party game or something big that's third-party. Again, you know, show us Wolverine, finally, after all this time, would probably be the one I would go for, personally, but...
PlayStation Plus Classics catalog welcomes several new titles this summer. The PS2 version of legendary immersive sim Deus Ex arrives June 17th. In July, Twisted Metal 3 and Twisted Metal 4.
There hasn't been a new Twisted Metal game in a long time. We got that show on Peacock a few years ago, but we never got like a new game.
Additionally, 2 of Capcom's most beloved games from the original PlayStation are set to join the Classics lineup. Resident Evil 2 and Resident
Oh, that just reminds me. Speaking of Resident Evil, there's been people talking about like Resident Evil 9.
Additionally,
I mean, we could still get that.
Days of Play celebration, running now through June 11th. Days of Play is a 2-week event that includes bonus PlayStation Plus content drops, great deals on software and hardware, and more. Visit PlayStation Blog and PlayStation.com for full details.
I mean, that could be the one last thing.
His parents cut their own rope to save him. He watched them fall, then found his way off that mountain. He was 11
I was gonna say the Glacier engine. That's so this is the James Bond game.
at the top of his class.
Always at odds with authority.
This was teased like a few years ago.
Superiors all praise his instincts.
And they're all in need of early retirement. Nobody knows what to do with him, Mom.
No.
In fact, this was announced for the Switch 2 during the April event, where they played like the old teaser with the gun barrel again. So this is coming out on Switch 2. I think it's called First Light, I think is the name of the game. And yeah, from IO Interactive, who are the guys behind the Hitman games, so it's like the perfect possible developer choice. You could not pick a better developer for a James Bond game. It's like a match made in heaven. There's the MGM logo. Under Amazon now.
Do you have an appointment?
Of course.
James Bond. He's with me.
And you are? Don't think we've had the pleasure.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, James.
So you shouldn't have.
We're facing a situation of the utmost delicacy. I need all my pieces on the board.
009 is a master manipulator. Whatever the end game is, we
When was this game announced? Like 2021? 2022? A few years ago. Was it before or after MGM got acquired by Amazon? I'm not sure. Might have been during that process. Or it might have been like right before or right after.
To hell with that.
Yeah, there hasn't been like a big budget James Bond games in like forever. On consoles at least. Back when Activision had the license, they did a handful of games, but the last one they put out was Skyfall in 2012. And ever since then, the franchise has kind of just been in limbo for console games. So yeah, First Light. We found out that name the other day.
I suppose this is another teachable moment.
2026.
Hello, I'm Hakan Abrak, CEO of Iron Interactive.
Is that going to be the game they end on?
I'm thrilled to announce 007.
It could be.
You'll experience James Bond as a young air crewman in the Royal Navy.
I hope there's one more though. Again, you gotta have like something that's like notable. Like show us Ghost of Yotei or something new. Just show us something like big that's first party.
Into crafting an experience that honors the legacy of Bond, harnessing our 25 years of agent expertise. This is just the beginning of our journey with 007, and we can't wait to share more with you soon.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so it's Ghost of Yotei. Okay, that's what we're gonna end with. Okay, that makes sense. That's kind of their big game this year. When's it coming out again? September, I want to say. What do they have for this year, actually? Is it just that? For, like, their big games, at least. Even for live service stuff, I don't think they have anything else strictly. I think, is Fair Games 2025? I'm not even sure. It probably is. I just don't actually know. But as far as this year is concerned, I think this is their big single-player game for the year. We know that for sure, at least. This is their big single-player game. But are they going to have another one? I mean, I kind of feel like if there was another one, we would know about it by now. Because we are halfway through the year. Oh, hold on. There's another one. Arc System Works. And it's a Marvel project. I know that Shield anywhere. Yep. Arc System Works is doing a Marvel game. Okay. And it's a PlayStation game. Okay. That's actually kind of a big deal. That's kind of a big deal, actually. I didn't think it would be published by PlayStation. So we got Ms. Marvel and Spider-Man, Iron Man and Captain America. I've never seen that Iron Man suit before. At least I assume that's Iron Man. I don't know who else it would be. Star-Lord, obviously, in all very different outfits than they would have in the MCU. Ghost Rider. Doctor Doom, of course, because we got the new movie. I mean, people would want him anyway because he's Doom, but they have like an actual reason to include him. Storm. Four v 4. I think it's about 8 or so characters they showed. Obviously, there's going to be more than that, but... See, again, I'm not really a traditional fighting game person, but I'm sure people are pretty excited for this. It does look really good visually. Tokun Fighting Swords. Now, again, I assume this is a PlayStation exclusive, because it's being published by Sony. Okay, PlayStation and PC. Well, Sony puts their games on PC now, too. Not day and date normally, but okay. What? What's this VHS rewind? What? Wait, is this something different? Or is this, like, gonna be an Arc System Works, like, interview? Okay, I think that, no, I think this is not a new reveal. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I'm sure Maximilian Dude is gonna have a field day with that. He's kind of the main fighting game guy I follow, even though I don't watch him for his fighting game content at all. To me, he's the FF7 guy. He's the FF7 guy. That's the main reason I follow him. But he's most well known, of course, for his fighting game stuff. So, sure, I'll probably watch whatever video he puts out on this, because I'm sure he's gonna be talking about this. Yeah, behind the scenes. Yeah. Yeah, that design of Iron Man is very, well, Japanese looking. It's a very Japanese design.
Marvel back to the forefront of the tag fighting genre, and that got us really excited because we had worked with them before on successful stuff like.
So yeah, and maybe it's because it's like a multiplayer game. That's why it's going to be. I assume it's day and date on console and PC, but it's not going to be on Xbox. Since it's being published by PlayStation. That's a bit of a shame, but. Can't say I'm really surprised. Again, you know, Sony, yeah, they put games out on PC now, but they're not Microsoft. They haven't fully gone in on multi-platform. They still have exclusivity to some extent. And again, whether that's a good or a bad thing is up to you guys. But, Looks like a Gundam. Yeah, that's exactly what he looks like. He looks like a Gundam. For all I know, there's like a special version. There's like some like one-issue comic run where he has that design. But most of these designs look like they're kind of made for the game. Like that Kamala Khan Ms. Marvel design, I've never seen in any other piece of media before. Same with that Spider-Man design. That also looks completely unique. Ironically, you want to know what Miss Marvel kind of looks like? She kind of looks like Min Min in this game, design-wise, which is kind of funny.
I remember personally the first time I saw Iron Man was really when I felt we had something special.
Basically, don't make us the designs that you think we want. Make us the designs that you want. You know, this is an Arc System game. We want it to be an Arc System game, not a Marvel game that just happens to be made by Arc System Works, you know? Yeah, it's a very Min-Min looking kind of design. Yeah, again, for Kamala, which is kind of... It's weird saying the word Kamala, because Kamala now means two different things. I mean, it's been that way for a few years, but to me, like, I didn't start paying attention to any of that stuff until last year. So now when I think Kamala, I don't think Kamala Khan, I think the other Kamala, but yeah. Yeah, especially with her stretchy abilities, it really does look like they basically put Min Min in, in like an Arc Sys game. It's Robbie Reyes, not Johnny Blaze for Ghost Rider. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. I don't know enough about Ghost Rider to really know. I mean, obviously I know about Robbie Reyes. That's the one that was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and like the Marvel TV before Marvel Studios shut them down and became their own thing. Under like Jeff Loeb and, you know, and Ike Perlmutter, you know, separate from Feige and all that other stuff.
Learning 4 characters is extremely daunting, but the team at Arc System Works has found a way to design a system.
They're still going, by the way. They're spending a lot of time talking about this. I mean, this is a pretty big deal, I'd say. Oh, so like I get it, but it just like, but the event was supposed to be like 40 minutes, and we're at like the 55 mark. Not that I'm complaining or anything. It's a new Arc Sys game with Marvel. It's a big deal, but
I'll tell you right now, a lot of fighting games, they never get to experience this level of production, and it's just a dream to even be working with these two great partners.
それは決してビジネスという枠組みではなくて、それぞれの強い思いの中でこのタイトルを成功させよう、いいゲームにしてファンに届けようと。
The 3 companies have come together to do this, and I think we really are going to make something magical here.
このタイトルですね、まだまだ開発途中ではありますが、続々とキャラクターも発表していきたいと思いますし、キャラクター以外のコンテンツというところも今後いろいろ出ていくと思います。今しばらく楽しみにお待ちいただければなと思います。Stay tuned.
So yeah, I'm probably never gonna play this game because these kind of games aren't really my thing, but it does look really cool, so... This is a decent game to end the event on, even if it's not a big, like, first-party type thing.
You're still with me?
Oh, for a second I was gonna say, are they still gonna keep going? No. This is just the little montage at the end. Okay. So I think that they managed to end on a decent note. I think that Arc Sys game, I think, was a decent way to end it. It's not Wolverine, but hey, it's something. There's a couple of things in here. Yeah, the Mortal Kombat collection, new James Bond. Yeah, the Pragmata. They shoved that earlier before I started streaming. I don't know, I think, as a whole, I'd say that was an okay event. Although I would have really liked to have had, obviously, again, Yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics, it's also a big one right there. Yeah, new Neo. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Not my ideal event, but not bad. Alrighty then. So I don't know. I'll give that like a C. I don't know, C plus maybe. It's a state of play. But as a state of play goes, by the end, I think I'd give that like a C plus. So I guess we're gonna have to wait even longer for Wolverine, but yeah. Who knows? Again, no Persona anything, but Atlas is not a PlayStation thing anymore. It's now an Xbox thing. I mean, it's not only on Xbox, obviously, but like again, the Persona like 3, 4, and 5 remasters and ports were announced at an Xbox event. Metaphor was re-announced because it was originally Project Refantasy at Xbox. Persona 3 Reload and Tactical were at Xbox. Everyone's expectation is that at the very least, we're gonna get Persona 4 Remake, which has been rumored for a while, and Yuri Lowenthal and I forget and the person that voices Chie, they confirmed they're not going to be in it, which is unfortunate but not surprising because they recast the English cast for Reload. Why would it be any different with the remake for 4? I'm gonna be playing with the Japanese voices anyway, and the Japanese voice cast for 3 Reload stayed the same, so that won't make any difference in that realm. But yeah, but that's a conversation for another time. So yeah, we'll get the Persona stuff though, whether it's 4 Remake or 6 or both. We'll get that during the Xbox event, which I'll be pretty excited to see. But yeah, so that was the state of play. Not much to say about it. It was okay, I suppose. There was some cool stuff in there, but obviously could have had some more. But it would be nice if we got some more first party. And by more first party, what I really mean is more Wolverine, because it's long overdue for us to get Wolverine. But we did get that new Marvel Arc Sys game, so that's something. So yeah, it's gonna be it for me pretty much. I don't really have anything else to say. Stay tuned for the Mario Kart 8 stream I'll be doing later today as kind of our final farewell. And then, of course, tomorrow will be the big day of the Switch 2 launch. I will again be doing an unboxing video, and I will be doing a stream at some point that day. Again, I'm gonna want to play Mario Kart a decent bit, of course, before, but to unlock some characters, because I know the characters are not all there from the get-go. You do have to unlock characters, so unlock some characters, get a feel for the new controls and everything. I want to be able to play a decent bit of the game first before I do a stream, probably. But yeah, so stay tuned for all that, and again, stay tuned for later today for the Mario Kart stream. And with that being said, this is Logan59XP, and I'll see you guys next time.